Today on Ballistic Burgers, I'm going to be showing you how to make UFO burgers at home. Let's get going. I discovered UFO burgers about 3 years ago. I was watching some YouTube videos on international hamburgers, trying to get some inspiration for the channel, when I see these UFO burgers. They're popular in Korea, Vietnam, and Indonesia. And they use a special device in order to form, you'll see, these UFO burgers. I immediately went online searching up this press, unsuccessful, so I just sort of gave up. And I thought, well, one of these days maybe I'll find this device. Lo and behold, about 2 weeks ago, I'm shown, this was suggested video, the UFO burgers. So I go, oh yeah. And this time I searched on Temu, and there it is. There's this device to make these UFO burgers. I immediately purchased it, and it arrived, like I said, about a week or so ago. I've been messing around with it, having some fun. Basically, it's sort of like a waffle iron. And you'll see how it works. It actually seals the edges of the burgers. Excitedly, after this arrived, I go online and I start searching up UFO burgers again just to see what they're doing. Another channel beat me to the punch about a year ago. They posted a video using the same device. I'll take exception though. In Korea, you know, they're making the burgers like a regular kind of traditional burger using this, but they're also doing bulgogi. And in my opinion, I'm going to go off of American standards. It's not a burger unless it actually has a patty, like a ground beef patty. And that's what I'm going to do. The other channel didn't do that. They were doing the bulgogi. And again, sandwiches, I don't consider those burgers. Another thing they didn't do was disclose where they got the press. Again, I bought this off of Temu, and it was $130. If you're ever looking at things on Temu, don't be impulsive like I did. I bought this, it was the first listing I saw. One thing I've learned about Temu over the years, well, not over the years, over the year, they're very inconsistent when it comes to pricing. And if you go by the first thing you see, a lot of times you'll find it down the page for a lot less money. So I paid $130 for this. I don't know if there's cheaper prices down there, but if you go on Temu, just search up UFO Burger, you'll see this thing. And just make sure you check the prices. And one of the things they're saying, it's funny, you do a search for UFO Burger, this comes up, and they're calling it a waffle iron. And I don't know if that's because of maybe some trademark issues with UFO Burger, but anyway, this is not exactly like the one they use at UFO Burger. Theirs has a higher dome, but this is exactly like the presses they're using in Vietnam and some of the places in Indonesia. So, and this thing's built actually pretty heavy duty. Pretty basic to use. You got an on and off switch, and here's your temperature dial. This is a timer. I'm not going to be using the timer. When I've been messing around with this thing, it's easy just to kind of check the progress of the cook. And the temperature is in Celsius, so I'm cooking at 200 degrees Celsius right now, which is close to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty hot. So what I'm going to be doing on this cook is cooking up one quasi-traditional American-style hamburger, UFO style. Then I'm going to attempt to make a dessert, a banana split, believe it or not, encapsulated in this UFO bun. And if you really like to stick around for me, I'm going to run off to my local McDonald's, buy a Big Mac, and see what happens when we crush it in the UFO maker. Anyway, let's start cooking. It's got the griddle going, running about a medium-high heat. Lay down some oil here, just small avocado oil for some onions. I'm just going to give some onions a little fry here. This side of the griddle is not on. We're not going to be cooking that much food today. Get these off to the side here. Again, there's no burner on here. It's just that warm heat. Now for that patty, this is about 2.5 ounces of ground 80/20 chuck. I'm counting on this shrinking a bit because you want the diameter of the burger to be fairly small for this press. A little kosher salt. I got some nice moisture pushing through the center here. American cheese. All right, looks good. Now we're going to dress the burger, and honestly, so this is a bakery bun, and you want to try to find the largest diameter bun you can. Actually, I'd like it to be a little bit larger than this, but this is what I have. First thing I'm going to do is add just a little lettuce on the bottom here, a little shredded lettuce. Get that little patty down. So normally, I wouldn't even show you a burger if it had this much bun hanging off the edges here. Get those onions. Pickle. It's a little Moroccan chili sauce I used in my last video. Just a little yellow mustard. And there you go. That'd be a very embarrassing burger on my channel. It was just going to be like that alone. We're going to open this up. You can see there's a rim here, this elevated rim. We'd like to try to have that sitting on this, but I can already tell you this bun's, well, it's doing pretty good. So again, if you could have a bun that extends a little bit beyond this ring, you're golden here. Now we're going to close the lid carefully, smash it down. Then you have to press it all the way down and flip it over. The reason you have to flip it over is that's the locking mechanism. The locking mechanism engages once you flip it. And you want that tight compression here. And you can go off a timer. I'm still learning this thing. And also, I've noticed that it varies from bun to bun. And there's nothing wrong. One thing I've learned is that you can open it up and check it. If it, make sure that it looks up to par. All right, let's give it a check. There you go. That looks good. So you can see how there's that nice ring. So this has been bonded together now. I just use a butter knife to pull it out. And here we are. The UFO burger. Now, the crazy thing is, it won't fall apart. This thing is now sealed. You see, even on the back side where there's not that big, that big hangover flap, sealed. So these are perfect, like for a road trip. I mean, if you're leaving, you say you have a long commute to work, make a breakfast sandwich and just eat this on the way, man. It's pretty awesome. Let's take a look. And the exterior crust, it changes, it gets a nice texture, and it's a really cool kind of a contrast between the soft now inside of the bun and that little thin layer of crispness on the outside. There we are. This is cool. And I like I said, I've been playing around with this thing. I've done peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and Nutella. It smells really good. Texture of the bun changes. It gets a little bit denser, but it doesn't get hard, if that makes any sense. It's still has that kind of a fluffy, springy texture. It's really good. It's just fun. Now we're going to make what I'm going to call a banana split sandwich, and this could be a complete catastrophe. We're going to find out together. So I'm using the same type of bun, just a bakery bun, and I'm going to throw down some little slices of banana. Really nervous right now. Here's some ice cream, and this is by Tillamook. It's, what is it? Malted milk shake flavored. A little chocolate syrup. This could make a big mess. A little bit more. sprinkling on, these are almond slivers of almonds. Right. Make sure that, again, we want to leave a little clean bread around the edges here so this thing can seal up, hopefully. Let's see what happens. All right. Ooh, that's hot. This, like I said, could be a huge freaking mess. All right. Well, it didn't make a mess. That's good. It is sealed. That's killer. All right. I had to run into the house. I forgot to bring the knife out with me. I hope it didn't melt while I was in there doing that. Anyway, here it is. It's all sealed up. It's very interesting for me. Fingers crossed, guys. And there you go. Still cold ice cream with the warm exterior. This is going to be messy. Normally you're not going to be slicing it in half like this. Oh, wow. So the heat was in there long enough to kiss the bananas. So normally you're not going to cut it in half like this, and the ice cream is going to, it's going to have a lot more integrity. Like I said, when we were playing around with peanut butter and jelly, it was very controllable. It wasn't messy, is what I'm saying. The cool thing about this, hold on. Is the heat got in there just enough to kiss those very thinly sliced bananas. So as I was eating it, it was almost reminding me of Bananas Foster. It was good. Matter of fact, Bananas Foster in a sandwich like this would be really, really good. And you wouldn't have to worry about things melting. I'm imagining making up some Bananas Foster, and while it's still piping hot and dripping, put it in a bun like this, sandwich it in this contraption here. But it was good. Good, good, good. Anyway, if you guys are going to stick around, I'm going to crush a Big Mac in here. I just need to run off to my local McDonald's and buy it. So stick around. If you don't, thanks for stopping by, but I want you to see what's going to happen here. I want to see what's going to happen here. All right, folks, I am back. $6.71 poorer than I was when I left here. One Big Mac. All right. Open this up. One thing I can say about my local Big Mac, my local McDonald's, what is it called? McDonald's. They usually do a pretty good job of building their burgers. It's like they take a little bit of pride. Yeah, see, that looks good. It's crazy though, $6.71. There's like, I'm not going to go on a complete rant, but it looks good. I mean, it's I like symmetry in a burger. All right, let's see what happens. Little corners of cheese are hanging out, but I'm not really going to concern myself about that. And again, this is definitely smaller than you'd want to put in as far as if you were building your own. I'm hearing sizzling. I'm a little scared. We really don't know what's inside of a Big Mac, and I don't know how it's going to react to pressure and heat. It could have like some type of fusion, some nuclear fusion, and go on us. Let's see what it looks like. Ah. Kind of funny. All right, well, let's see what happened here. So it's partially fused like right here, but again, there's not enough of this bun hanging out over, that ring to get the bun to actually bond. But it looks really funny, kind of cool. See what it looks like in a cross section here. I mean, the exterior of the bun definitely feels warm. There we go. Cheese got melted. And you know, they're not putting the cheese on top of the patty while it's cooking. They're adding it while they're building the burger. Let's give this a try. You know, it's funny. The eating experience is actually better this way because the bread is so warm. Pickles are warm. The lettuce between the two patties, these patties are so thin, it's crazy. But that lettuce still maintained its integrity. It doesn't taste really like all wilted or anything. I actually like it better this way. I'm being honest with you. Like I said, the overall eating experience is just very warm. Just a little bit of, you know, crisp on the outer bun. I'm guessing because we're getting that Maillard over the top of the crust, you know, that it's increasing the savoriness of that bun, but it, like I said, the main thing is how warm it is. It just tastes pretty darn good. Anyway, thank you guys for bearing with me for this little experiment I did. Those of you that hung around, I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that sub button, ringing the notification bell. Thumb up the video if you like it. I hope you did. Keep the suggestions coming in. If you had fun with this video, let me know. If there's anything you'd like to see me make on this or crush in this, just let me know down below, because this right here, what I just did, inspired me. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.